Hi, Pete Morgan, Mart TV, and this is Blaser's K95 Carbon Ultimate Single Shot Rifle. The K95 is what's termed a Kipplauf in sort of European German terms. It really means single shot rifle. In the UK, we're not big fans of single shot hunting rifles. I think the feeling really is that with one shot and a reasonably slow reload, if you don't get it right, you don't get it right, and that's an issue. However, what I find, I've hunted with the K95 many years ago, and what it does do, it really focuses your mind, and you start to think, no, I've got one shot, so I better make it count. And I find that you think more about your position, your trigger control, sight picture and everything, and once you've downed your first deer with a single shot rifle, it's a little bit addictive, and you realise you can do it. However, the K95 has always been seen, like the other Kipplaufs, as a traditional build. Wood, engraving, all the bits and pieces that you don't need on a rifle unless you like fancy rifles. And what Blaser have done here, they've rethought the K95 as a package rather than sort of rethought it mechanically. It's the same gun as it always is. It's a basic gun. You've got a top lever like a shotgun, open it up, clunk, and it breaks open, and you have a manual extractor. It doesn't eject the case, it's manual. You have to fork the case out with your finger, which again can put people off. Not only does it break open like a shotgun, it strips like a shotgun. Four-in comes off with an Anson Dealey type latch. You then operate the lever again, wind the barrel out, which just leaves the action. And these guns have a separate locking block. They lock at the rear, up in the rear, and this can be removed. You could argue it's a security feature, whatever, but it is removable. And in keeping with the Blaser R8 and R93, the rifle has a decocker. So you're loaded, and what you do, you push this lever, this catch forward here, and it clicks. You're now in fire position, like so. When you decock, it goes back to safe. And if you're in a fire position and you want to sort of come out of it, you've got two choices. You can pull the decocker back to decock it, or quicker, you just open the action and it flicks that down. However, that's the K95 and every other Kipplauf pretty much in Europe. The big thing about this is that Blaser have modernised the rifle. If you know your Blaser R8, then you'll recognise the stock is very similar to the Professional Success thumbhole stock. I have an R8 Professional Success and it's a beautiful stock. This, I think, is slightly better. That's my personal view. It's all made of carbon fibre and with leather insert panels. You best see it here. On the comb, the cheek piece, on the pistol grip, and on the fore end. A little bit cosmetic. I quite like the look of the leather, but I wonder how tough it is when it comes to beating elements, but I don't really know, but I don't think I'd go for leather, even though it does look quite nice. This is based on the R8 Ultimate stock, and what this does offer, this and the Ultimate R8 stock, is modules. You can take this standard fixed butt, the comb section can come off, and you can put an adjustable comb with a memory function. So basically you can set it up and then push it down and press the button, it'll flick up to the height you set. And at the rear of the gun you have two modules. This is a standard fixed module with a squidgy recoil pad. You get a recoil module, this comes off, the recoil module goes on, and it has inside, there's internal sort of buffering components that apparently do soak up recoil, though I've never used the recoil stock. But more useful to me, I feel, is the adjustable butt module. You can get length of pull adjust, which is really good. Also, the butt plate can go up and down, and you can angle it left and right. And if I were to pick the ultimate stock, be it in a K95 or an R8, I would go for the adjustable comb and also the adjustable length of pull, because they are just the best in my opinion. There's no provision for bipod, and it's not the sort of gun you'd put a bipod on. Basically, it's a stalking, stand-up walking stalking gun, or you shoot from high seat, you shoot from sticks. In the right calibers, because this comes in a lot of calibers and different barrel lengths, this will make a great little mountain rifle if you're confident in your shooting. This one's in 308, which makes sense. and it's an 18.5-inch barrel, which is very, very short. But I've shot 3 different loads through this, which we'll look at in detail a bit later on. This one likes heavier bullets. I've got the details of the ballistics of the 3 loads. The 150 grain hit short rifle on RWS, averaging 2870 feet per second, which gives you approximately 2,740 foot-pounds, which is pretty impressive, though that does bleed off reasonably quickly. Very big extreme spread of 112 feet per second, which I was surprised at, and so with the groups about 1.5, more than acceptable. Moving up to the Precision Hunter, which will be my choice, and it's my favourite load for this gun. It's got a BC of 552, which is very impressive. Average speed of 2534 feet per second, which brings you out around about 2,524 foot-pounds of energy. The maximum spread ES is 31 feet per second. Okay, the energy is lower, but with the ELDX bullet, with the better BCs, it will carry that energy further. So you probably find that the 150 grain hit at say 300 yards won't be producing so much energy as the ELDX, but it's a cracking load. And finally, we have the RWS 165 grain hit, which sort of strikes the middle ground between the two. Average speed is 2650, which gives you approximately 2,550 odd foot-pounds, which again is pretty impressive. The spread is 27, so that's quite nice too. The group is say round about the inch, not quite as good as the ELDX, but not a bad choice. Right, so let's just look at how we run this thing. So to load, lever open, put the round in, just push it past the extractor like that, shut it, you're ready to go. Press the button, aim, you're fired, so recoil's quite good. Open it up, and the case is literally raised up about an 1/8 inch from the mouth of the chamber. Now you've got to get your finger in with a nail to pull the case out. It comes out easily enough, but you can imagine doing it, trying to do it fast. Okay, so we've got 2 rounds here. We'll load one, and we'll assume that we have to reload. So deer comes along, you see it, you shoot. Perhaps you muck it up, perhaps it runs. Case comes out, new round goes in, and hopefully it's somewhere to shoot again. But as you can see, it is considerably slower, and you have to come totally out of action with the gun to unload, reload. And this is, should we say, the rub with a gun like this. If you're happy to use it, then fine. If you're not, as pretty as it is or handy as it is, don't even bother, because you won't get on with it. It's one of those things. I say caliber wise, you can go from the smaller calibers through 6.5, Creedmoor, 7mm, 30 cal, and you can go into some quite snotty calibers with this gun. And I tested one in 30-06, and I've got to say, it was a bit unpleasant to shoot, because you have no real weight with the gun at all. As you can see, it's quite a light rifle, but it's what you really want. The other thing, being a Blaser, of course, it comes with integral scope mounts. These 2 levers here, they flick up like that. You just push them up and roll them forward, like so. The scope comes off. But imagine this, you can just take the whole thing apart, fore end off. Nice little carry case. Blaser do like an airline case for it, or a travel case. And it comes apart like a shotgun. And then once it's done, you just undo the locking latches. There's 2 lugs in here that engage with little sockets here. It can be a little bit fiddly at times, but you can feel it zonk in. And you just pull the levers down, like so, and then fold these catches away. So, and that is the K95 Ultimate Carbon. It's a beautiful little rifle. If you have the money and have the need or want something different and prepared to work with it, this rifle will return the love you give it. Hope you enjoyed the video. A little bit different this time. If you like it, tell your friends, pass it on, support the site, and if you want to see anything, pete.moore@acel.co.uk, and I'll see what I can do for you. Okay, good shooting.